So now just let us look at the example which we were just discussing. So we have seen this equation, x plus 2y is equal to 10. I'm changing the color. X plus 2y is equal to 10. So if we are given the task to actually plot this line on the graph paper, I'm just creating a rough graph paper in this example, and after that we are going to solve it formally. So this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. So the idea is this, that whenever you have to draw a line on the coordinate axis, you need 2 points on that line. So what we have just listened, whenever we have to draw a line on the coordinate axis, we need 2 points on this line. We need any 2 points on this line. And how we will find those 2 points? That is a very simple process. I will randomly just assume any of these two variables as some value. I'll just randomly fill any number to any of these variables. I'll just choose by myself. For example, like in the example which we were doing, for example, if I take x as 4, totally my wish. It is not necessary that you take 4. It is totally up to you. You might take 2. You might feel that 2 is looking better than 4, but that's perfectly okay. For example, I took x as 4. So when I took x as 4, I can see that 4 plus 2y becomes 10. So this gives me 2y as 10 minus 4, that is 6, and y is equal to 3. So it means that in this equation, when x is 4, then y is 3. So it means that this 4, 3, x is 4 and y is 3, lies on this line. Why? Because we have just obtained this value from this line only. So 4, 3 is lying on this line. So 4, 3 means what? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3. I'll just identify 4 and then 3. So this is the point 4, 3 on the coordinate axis. This is a point on this line. So I have obtained 1 point on this line. I need 2 points. So I'll fill x or y, totally my choice. So now let's fill x once again. I'll take x as 6. X as, let's take x as 2. So if x is 2, then 2 plus 2y is giving me 10. So 2y is equal to 8 and y is equal to 4. So when x is 2, then y is 4. So the point is 2, 4. 2 on the x-axis, which is here, and 4 on the y-axis, which is here. So 2, 4 is somewhere here. 2, 4. So this is 4, 3 and 2, 4. So when we have obtained 2 points on a line, then we can easily draw the line by simply joining these 2 points. So these are the 2 points. I can simply draw by simply joining these 2 points. So here we have graphically represented this line, this equation on the axis in the form of a line. So how to do that? The basic idea is this, that whenever you have to plot a linear equation in 2 variable, you simply have to understand that it would be a line, and in order to draw a line you need 2 points on it. And how to find those 2 points? That is a very simple process. Just take any simple value of x and you'll get y. Take some other value of x, you'll get some other y. So you can easily obtain those 2 points. Or similarly, you can just reverse the process. You can take the value of y as well in order to obtain x. So this is the basic method how we are going to draw this line. So now there is a basic skill attached to it, which you should be doing right now itself, and that is this, that in order to plot this line, and while taking these points. A very common method is this, that instead of just thinking upon that what value of x is to be taken or what value of y is to be filled, the most basic method which everyone normally uses is this, that instead of going through this selection of points, that this is perfectly okay. This, if you have understood this, that is great. Now in order to solve this equation in a more simplistic manner, one very easy route is this, that I'm just going to solve this once again. One very easy route is this, that just fill the value of x as 0. First fill the value of x as 0. When you take x as 0, we can clearly see that 2y becomes 10 and y becomes 5. So one point is x0 and y5. Now come back to the equation once again and now take y as 0. Now take y as 0 in the same equation. So when I take y as 0, we get x plus 0 is equal to 10. Means x is 10 and y is 0. So now we have obtained 2 points on the same line through a more simple approach. So you don't have to confuse yourself in thinking upon that what points are to be taken, what values of x and y are to be taken. The most simplistic approach which everyone follows is this, that they simply take one time x0 and obtain y, and then they take y0 and obtain x. What happens through this process is this, that if you have to plot the same line using this understanding, it becomes more simple actually. Why? Because on the x-axis, if you notice, on the x-axis y is always 0 and on the y-axis x is always 0. So the point 10, 0, which means x is 10 and y is 0, is simply on the x-axis somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, and wherever this 10 is coming. So this is the point 10, 0. And the other point 0, 5 is on the y-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is on the y-axis. 2 points, but now with our approach. So in order to plot this line and while filling the points, a more smart approach is this. So from now onwards, we'll use this approach. But why I have actually told you this approach first, that we shouldn't be of this impression that it could only be solved through this route only. We should be confident that we need any 2 points. So I've just used the example of any 2 points and then we have moved to the smart approach.